President disclaims Tinubu-Shettima 2027 campaign billboards nationwide, says it breaches laws of the land. House of Representatives sets up 19-man ad hoc committee to monitor implementation of state of emergency in Rivers State. And Plateau State Governor visits attacked Boko's communities, promises to tackle insecurity and resettle victims.
By the grace of God, we will do all we can to ensure that these people return to their villages.
Hello and welcome to the news desk at 11 on NTA News 24, reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. My name is Justin Bemunyi. The presidency has observed with dismay the increasing number of billboards in some cities promoting the 2027 campaign for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Worth noting is that some of these billboards with pictures of the president and his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, are springing up in Abuja and Kano in particular. At the statement by a special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says, while President Tinubu and Vice President Shettima greatly appreciates their teeming and loyal supporters across the country for their enthusiasm and continuing support, the two leaders do not support any campaign that breaches the laws of the land. The electoral law that guides the conduct of elections and political campaigns forbids any form of campaign for the 2027 general elections. The statement notes that as law-abiding leaders, President Tinubu and Vice President Shettima do not support any action that undermines the institutions and the electoral process. Until the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, sets the timetable for the 2027 elections, the President has not endorsed or authorized anyone or any group to mount a 2027 campaign for him through any media channel, be it out of home, print, digital, radio or television. The presidency therefore urgently calls on individuals and groups funding this 2027 political campaign through the ongoing deployment of materials and billboards nationwide to cease immediately. Now, All Progressives Congress APC critical stakeholders in Borno have passed a vote of confidence on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his Vice President Kashim Shettima and Governor Babagana Umara Zulum, even as they stress need for unity among critical stakeholders and party loyalists. This was as part of the communique issued at the end of the critical stakeholders meeting held at the Government House, Maiduguri. Mohammed Goni reports.
The critical stakeholders meeting, chaired by Governor Babagana Umara Zulum, brought together former governor and deputy governors, past and present members of national and state assemblies, APC leadership of Borno instruction at national, state and local government levels, past and present government appointees and party loyalists. Governor Zulum and other stakeholders at the meeting believe that it was early for partisan politics, stressing that what the state rising from the ashes of insurgency needs at this material time was to focus on providing governance and dividends of democracy to the citizenry.
Borno State under my watch have clearly demonstrated the act of democratic governance that touches on the lives of the common man.
Nobody across the country expected that Borno would be where we are. We have become the reference state.
The 10-point communique issued at the end of the meeting expressed total and unalloyed loyalty and support to the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also endorsed the renewed hope agenda of Tinubu administration. The meeting also commended the commitment of the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, to the mandate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, calling on the Vice President to remain loyal to his boss and continue to serve diligently to promote the laudable policies of Mr. President. The meeting prayed for Mr. President to retain Senator Kashim Shettima as his vice president for his second term and also expressed total confidence in the administration of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum and charged him not to be distracted in his noble campaign of recovering Borno from the shackles of insurgency, terrorism and criminality, among others. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Gwani, NTA News.
Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu received a State Department representative from President Donald Trump's administration, Masad Bolus, senior advisor for Africa, on Thursday in Paris. The meeting focused on developing a strategic economic and security partnership between Nigeria, Africa and the United States, anchored on mutual respect, prosperity and regional stability. The U.S. State Department representative conveyed President Trump's strong interest in deepening direct engagement with Nigeria as a cornerstone of U.S. relations with Africa. A statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Strategy and Communication, Bayo Onanuga, says the U.S. wants to work closely with President Tinubu to expand American investment in Nigeria and Africa, support energy and infrastructure development, and aligned trade and job creation efforts. Both sides discussed actionable support and shared their respectives and perspectives on regional peace, particularly in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and across the Sahel. President Trump's advisor recognized Nigeria's regional and continental leadership and supported President Tinubu's interventions to stabilize key African regions. Now, the House of Representatives has named a 19-man ad hoc committee of lawmakers to monitor implementations of the state of emergency in Rivers State. House spokesman Akin Rotimi says the ad hoc committee, chaired by House Leader Julius Ihomveri, with Minority Whip Ali Issa as Deputy Chairman, will ensure that governance in Rivers State remains within the bounds of constitutionalism and the rule of law. This development underscores the resolve of the House of Representatives to uphold the supremacy of the Constitution and ensure that the extraordinary measures during the emergency period remain subject to legislative oversight, guided by transparency, accountability, and the best interest of the good people of Rivers State. Now, African Union's Commissioner on Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Bankole Adeoye, has been asked by diplomats to strive in upholding the ideas of patriotism, diplomacy, and Africa's integrity. Garba Natala reports that this was the consensus as the re-elected AU Commissioner was hosted by Nigeria's permanent representative to ECOWAS to a working dinner in Abuja.
A gratifying moment attended by a cream of ambassadors within the West African region to appreciate the Nigerian government for endorsing Ambassador Bankole, who was re-elected for a second term as African Union Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security. The confidence reposed in him speaks volumes about his capacity to ensure continuity in AU's agenda.
We have the best candidate for this position, which was why even in the first term, almost 52 countries voted for him. And on this occasion, he won at the first ballot.
We all know who he is as a person. He has been an astute diplomat, somebody who knows his onion very well in the art of diplomacy.
A paper was presented on the theme, African and Global Shifts in Governance, Peace, Security, a compelling agenda for AU and ECOWAS legacy solutions, where Bankole Adeoye assures that during his tenure, both institutions will open new frontiers.
The world is also in a different emerging world. The threats are compounding, and the most important thing is for Africa to unite and stand behind the African Union together. This is where Nigeria continues to play the leadership role in the African Union.
We have a responsibility to help ourselves. And interestingly enough, the continent itself is well endowed. Anywhere you look at, is it Nigeria? Or is it the Congo that has not enjoyed peace since independence?
We wish to once again reiterate our unalloyed commitment to working closely with the AU, in particular, who is a great son of our region.
No doubt, recognition brings a call for even more challenging work, as they say. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
Now, Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga says the Association of Retired Career Ambassadors of Nigeria will continue to recognize hard work and humility as key to success in nation building and promoting Nigeria's global standing. The minister underscored this while honoring some of Nigeria's finest diplomats in collaboration with the Association of Retired Ambassadors of Nigeria. Garba Natala again reports.
Yusuf Tuga, represented by the Charge d'Affaires to Netherlands, Ambassador Remy Olujide, and the head of civil service, who the Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary also represented, were quick to note the laudable efforts of Nigerian diplomats in nurturing Nigeria's foreign policy, home and abroad, as well as highlighted the plight of retired diplomats.
The Honorable Minister asked me to mention that the ministry will continue to support you, not only for the points already made, but because you remain bridge builders, as well as nation builders.
Your experiences, insights, and counsels remain critical to improving our civil service and diplomatic engagements.
Based on mentorship, dedication, determination, and excellence, they underlined the importance of continuity and memory in nation building.
To families of those being honored posthumously, know it today that your parents remain among our best and brightest.
Simultaneously in Abuja and Lagos, 12 diplomats were honored. Their citations show a group of personalities who are committed to national development. Among the departed honored are late Ambassador Isa Wali, Ambassador Edward Aina, Ambassador Aliu Kapinta, and other retired diplomats.
To recognize my contribution to the progress of the Nigerian diplomatic service is something that I'm proud of.
We're in 2025 and they're still recognizing the things he did. So, it's good to have such recognition and to belong to such a family. It's an honor.
Family members and relations graced the occasion to identify with the diplomatic community. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 11 on NTA News 24. More stories after this short break. We'll be back in a moment.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau, in noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports on day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to NTA News 24, DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, StarTimes Channel 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703.
Welcome back. Now, the federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to security and religious freedom in response to a recent social media post by the U.S. Embassy in Abuja regarding Nigeria's security situation and statements from some religious leaders. In a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that the government has taken decisive action, such as deploying security forces to areas affected by violence, promoting peace building between farmers and herders, enhancing intelligence operations, and implementing policies to address root causes like land use and economic development. While acknowledging the right of religious leaders to express their opinions, the statement emphasized that their testimonies misrepresent the complexities of the situation. It urged responsible reporting that reflects these complexities and encourages constructive dialogue rather than division. Now, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested an ex-convict and Malaysian returnee, Ndubisi Udatu, aka Richard, with 2 giant music speakers used to conceal 4 large parcels of methamphetamine weighing 2.7 kilograms for distribution in Adamawa State and across the border into Cameroon. The report is here presented.
Ndubisi was arrested inside a commercial transport bus at an NDLEA checkpoint at Namtare along Ngurore Yola Road, Adamawa on Monday, 7th April 2025. He was found with 2 new music speakers used to conceal 4 packages of methamphetamine and monetary exhibits of 22,300 naira. In his statement, he claimed he returned to Nigeria to continue his illicit drug trade after serving out his jail term in Malaysia, where he had been arrested, convicted, and sent to prison for drug trafficking offenses. In another interdiction exercise, NDLEA officers in a joint border operation with customs personnel at the Nigeria-Cameroon border from Cross River State arrested a trans-border drug trafficker, 35-year-old Odo Peter Ikechukwu, with 8,740 ampules of assorted opioids weighing 395 kg. In Kano, NDLEA operatives on Friday, 11th April 2025, arrested 27-year-old Aliyu Ibrahim with 20 ATM cards and 25,600 pills of tramadol at Bachirawa area of Kano, while 48-year-old Gambo Lawan was nabbed in a follow-up operation at Wazobia Motor Park, Gwagwalada FCT, Abuja, following the seizure of a consignment of 8,960 pills of tramadol by NDLEA officers on routine check along Gwagwalada Expressway on Monday, 7th April. Not less than 124 kilograms of skunk, a strain of cannabis, packaged in 11 jumbo bags were on Friday, 11th April, recovered from the boot of a Lexus car marked KTU 54CU, driven by a 58-year-old suspect, Ademeloyi Adedapo Collins, along Mokwajeba Road, Niger State.
Now, as part of efforts to build confidence and mutual trust in the people, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has visited the attacked communities of Boko's local government area to conduct an on-the-spot assessment for necessary intervention. Ijoma Ozemena has the details.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang, in company of top government officials, visited the attacked communities and internally displaced camps in Bokos and Mangu local government areas, where he encouraged victims not to be deterred by the past but to put it behind them and move on. While addressing youths, the governor urged them to always be vigilant and report suspicious movements to security agencies for action.
By the grace of God, we will do all we can to ensure that these people return to their villages. Not only will they return, we will make adequate arrangements this year by God's grace that they will return to cultivate their farms.
Governor Mutfwang commended President Bola Tinubu for his prompt intervention in defense of the state at all times, particularly in terms of security and relief materials. In all the places visited, the governor preached peace and unity as bedrocks of any form of defense in any community.
I was not particularly attacked, but my people were attacked. And some of them, they can identify. And once they do that, we'll present a list for appropriate action, sir.
Governor Mutfwang directed security forces to collaborate with community leaders and other stakeholders for peace in Jos. Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
We now move to Bayelsa State, where Governor Doye Diri strategic security model tagged Safer Together is having positive impact on critical infrastructural development in the state, and it is a position in the state for national economic prospects. Technical advisor on communication and strategy to the governor of Bayelsa State, Evarada Abednego Don, in a statement highlighted the achievements saying the governor padded good governance through peace, law and order, inclusivity, accountability and political tolerance. This, he says, culminated in the governor bagging the Vanguard Publishers Award for Good Governance. The Yes Diri movement, he says, is also an organic solidarity that is uncommon among the people of the state. More so, the governor's triangular developmental paradigm of operation has also placed Bayelsa State on the world map, with investors showing interest. This is the news desk at 11 on NTA News 24. Here's a recap of our major stories. Presidency disclaims that Tinubu Shatima 2027 campaign billboards nationwide, says it breaches laws of the land. House of Representatives sets up 19-man ad hoc committee to monitor implementation of state of emergency in Rivers State. And Plateau State Governor visits attacked Boko's communities, promises to tackle insecurity and resettle victims.
By the grace of God, we will do all we can to ensure that these people return to their villages.
This is NTA News 24.
The federal government has pledged the commitment to improving road infrastructure across the country for the socio-economic benefits of Nigerians. President Tinubu, represented by the Kaduna State Governor, Uba Sani, was speaking at the flag-off of the reconstruction of the 164-kilometer Section 2 of the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Road. Kenneth Nani reports that this rallying point was in Jere Council area of Kaduna State.
The 700-kilometer Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Road is designed to be reconstructed using the concrete pavement technology that guarantees durability of the road project. President Bola Tinubu, represented by Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani, re-emphasized the commitment of the federal government towards infrastructural development, especially those that directly impact the lives of citizens, in line with his campaign promises.
When completed, the road will serve as a catalyst for economic growth, creating job opportunities, and significantly enhancing the social, economic, cultural, and political landscape of our communities.
Works Minister David Umahi, who provided more insight on the project, which has sections 1, 2, and 3, explains that the sum of 525 billion naira has been earmarked for the completion of section 2, which is the Abuja-Kaduna Azix. The project, the minister explains, is expected to be delivered within 14 months, having been re-awarded to InfoQuest Construction Company.
At the beginning of section 1, which is between Kogi State and Abuja, the president has also added another 10 kilometers of road to it. He has also added about 11 kilometers at the Kano section of the road to take the road to the Aminu Kano International Airport. And that work is going on now, together with the remaining section in Kano State. From the Abuja down to Kano, the entire road, the president also directed that there should be solar light throughout.
This is one of the economic corridor of northern Nigeria. This is a connector of the entire north, and Mr. President is highly committed on this road.
Others who applauded the federal government initiative say upon completion, the roads will reactivate more economic activities in the central and the northern parts of the country and beyond. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has declared the 2025 African Women's Volleyball Club Championship close. Let's take details of the event from our sports desk.
After 14 days of far-reaching spikes, unbelievable volleys, highly contested rallies, well-calculated blocks, and touchline saves, the curtains finally came down on the 2025 Africa Women's Volleyball Club Championship in Abuja with a colorful closing ceremony. The grand patron of the tournament, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, led other dignitaries to see the grand finale of the tournament. The longer-awaited final match between Zamalek, who were chasing a third consecutive title, and Al Ahly, who were hoping to upset the odds, soon took center stage. Zamalek, playing in white, took the first set 29-27. After a heated contest, Al Ahly returned strongly to take the second set 22-25. Zamalek then claimed the third 25-20 before fighting off a serious challenge from their opponent to win the fourth set, which confirmed their third consecutive African title. While declaring the tournament closed, an evidently impressed First Lady Oluremi Tinubu commended Nigeria Customs Service for delivering a world-class competition. She says the success of the tournament is indicative of how Nigeria and Africa by extension can be a force in international volleyball.
To every team that competed, I celebrate you all. You have honored us with your participation and inspired us with your performance. As you return to your respective clubs and countries, remember that you carry the honor of your nation as well as the admiration of Nigeria.
It's been 2 weeks and we gave it all. We gave everything that we had. So we must very, very express our gratitude to Her Excellency the First Lady, the Grand Patron. She has set a very good record for us, and already CAVB, they're already thinking of making her the Grand Patron of future games, not just for these games.
We received 16 teams from Africa. They are really good facilities, good infrastructure, so congratulations.
You can see the crowd today. I've said it, volleyball has come back, and it has come back in Nigeria.
A night not to forget in a hurry for history-making Zamalek of Egypt, as Al Ahly will live to fight for another day as both teams qualified as Africa's representative to the World Championships. KPC of Kenya finished third, after overcoming Carthage of Tunisia in straight sets in the third-place playoff. Host Nigeria Customs Service finished 10th on the final standings, with Chief of Naval Staff Ladies finishing just behind them in 11th. With the last 2 weeks offering sport fans unending entertainment, they say they are looking forward to more international competitions in Nigeria. In Abuja, Francis Kabile, NTA Sports.
This is where we end the news desk at 11 and NTA News 24. We thank you so much for being a part of it. My name is Justin Bem. Do have a wonderful night rest.